welcome to the Maysville Board of Commissioners, Thursday, August the 13th. We will begin with an invocation. Reverend Lees.
Shall we pray? Father, we come before you, and first we just take a moment to pause and to just lift up those who have lost loved ones with tragedies that have happened throughout our country and in other areas throughout the world. We pray for those families and those responders that are there in those situations. We also thank you for your hand of protection that you kept upon our community in the midst of the storms. But Father, we also just want to take this opportunity to pray for our community, our leaders. We thank you for the ones that you've placed in these offices. We pray that you give them wisdom and help them to make decisions that benefit our community. It's in Christ's name we pray.
Amen.
I figured it out.
All you gotta do is pray and you're gonna do it.
Thank you, Reverend Lees. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Boone,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer,
Yes.
Commissioner Cartwell,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay,
Here.
Mayor Cottrell,
Yes, ma'am.
City Manager Wallingford.
Here.
City Attorney Cottle.
Here.
Controller Wood. HR Director Rose. Project Coordinator Horde.
Here.
Public Works Director King.
Here.
Police Chief Boggs.
Here, ma'am.
Assistant Fire Chief Sarton.
Here.
Utility Manager Spence.
Here.
Zoning Administrator Larger.
Here.
Building Inspector Fawcett. Here. Codes Officer Brooks.
Here.
Tourism Director Bailey. Main Street Director Reese.
Here. Thank you, Lisa. Minutes of July 9th and 29th and department reports.
I'll make a motion to accept those.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Boone.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Cartwell.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay.
Yes.
Mayor Cottrell.
Yes, ma'am. Public announcements.
There's a
Matt?
lot going on downtown this weekend. He looked at me, that's why I jumped. Golly, whether you want, your fun to come in Astonic or in Shakespeare, we got it all downtown this weekend. There is, of course, Oktoberfest, which does, always remember, it's a lot of fun, but it's the way the Rotary Club makes a lot of money for scholarships and the good things they do. So that will be on Friday night and Saturday. Wiener dog races, the saw things, the whole 9 yards. So make sure you go down there. And then when you get enough polkas, at the same time or down the street in Limestone Park, Shakespeare in the Park. So as I say, you can't get any more different entertainment than that. It's free. It's the Cincinnati Shakespeare Company, so they're really good. It's much ado about nothing. And tonight, one of our downtown businesses, the E-Gallery, has its 20th anniversary, and they have an exhibition about pearls. And so you can learn all about that in the Cox Building. And I think there's a Saturday seminar as well at the museum.
It's at Blue Licks this year,
It's
but
really-
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I knew it was something like
Yeah,
that.
thank
I knew
you.
there was a Saturday seminar, so take your pick.
Yeah.
There's always something going on downtown.
Thank you, Caroline.
Stand up, Luke, so they can hear you. Yeah, just move towards, there you go.
Alrighty, so I wanted to announce we're having the e-waste drop-off again this year out at Public Works. I've got a date scheduled for the 5th through the 9th of October, sorry. So citizens can bring their stuff out. We'll have different bins they can drop things off in. They just drop it off, we'll wrap it up, and then the company comes and picks it up for us. And then I'll get you all, like I did in the past, a receipt of everything that was dropped off and,
Can you go over what kind of items they can drop off?
yes. Batteries, you name it, they can drop it off. There's a category for each, and we've got to, organize them in those. Light bulbs, fluorescent light bulbs, U-shaped light bulbs, car batteries, TVs, monitors, anything electronic that you can think of, they can probably get rid of it. There's a miscellaneous bin too, so we'll find a place for it.
And Vic, we'll get that information.
Okay.
We'll get it out, we'll get a list of all that and get it pushed
I
out.
had a
before
lot
we
of
get it.
laptop and cell phones the last time we did
And that's not till October, right?
October, 5th through the 9th. Another thing I wanted to mention, the landing, we have removed the docks. Just because of the prediction of the water, if we don't get down there and remove them, and the prediction is coming up, then we're not gonna be able to remove them. Everything's fine with it.
And they could float away.
Yeah, it didn't get up nowhere near where we thought it was gonna be, so we're good, but we will try to have those back in before Saturday.
But you're still gonna have to start the pumps, aren't you?
No,
No,
Isn't it
No.
gonna get up to 42?
no.
Okay.
no,
No.
so the prediction was 40.7, about 36, 37 feet. The walkway's covered down there to get to the docks, so if we don't make a decision by then, you know, we're not gonna get them. So, but, you know, if it comes up, I think roughly 42 feet, they could come off of the poles, and then they're gone. So that's why we take them home.
You've taken them out or you're taking them out?
They are already
You're
taken
taking,
home.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, that's all I have.
Okay.
To follow up on his e-waste, I have been talking with Rumpke on the recycling toters, and they are actively working on an online registration form. I tried it the other day, and the complete registration link wasn't working, so they're working on finalizing that. Their goal is to, as soon as that gets out, I'll let you know, we'll get it posted so folks can start registering for toters. But their goal is to be delivering toters by September 28th. So that's where they are on recycling. Did anybody else have public announcements? Oh, go ahead, George.
The camp training that we did this past Thursday was a resounding success. We had 56 attendees. The 3 camp presenters were ecstatic with how many people showed up. I'm assuming they don't get nearly that many people who show up or that much interest. We've already received most of the reimbursement money from it. So I just have to fill out, we got a little extra cost, I have to fill out the rest of the reimbursement, the second reimbursement, but otherwise, the public really enjoyed it too. We got lots of compliments for that, so,
George, for the general public, what does camp, what was the training actually? That some people may not know what camp is.
Right, so it's Commission Assistance and Mentoring Program. It is a group called the National Alliance of Preservation Commissions. What they do is they will come into your community and help educate your Board of Architecture Review or equivalent board about lots of different topics that you can choose from that they have specialties in from their presenters. And since we have a Board of Architecture Review, we're going to shoot the start. This was an idea that our board, and specifically former member Dr. Orloff Miller has, to help with some of the work tasks that the board wanted to accomplish. But one of those tasks was outreach to the public, so we invited the public, and we had we had citizens who were interested, property owners. I sent out 217 pieces of mail inviting historic district property owners to come. We had real estate agents, which, so they can educate people who are looking to buy properties in the historic district. So I think we should do more stuff like that. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I agree, it was great. I know we talked a couple of months back about resident-led decision-making on whether or not to expand historic districts into the east and west ends of town and throughout other areas of the city. This is a good first step in that, I think, and I believe a couple months ago you mentioned that you agreed that camp would be a good kickoff to community discussions about expanding historic districts.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Thank you. It was a very good training, very informative. And I appreciated the expertise that they brought to the table.
Yeah, Matt, Luke kind of jogged my memory there. I'm sorry, I'm still voting yes and everything, but I noticed, I looked at our new boat that we have.
Yeah.
And I know it was for a grant and everything, but I noticed that we had a bill for $10,000 for joystick and thermal. Any ideas?
That may have been an add-on from the company. The original spec was to go ahead and include that. And, when they went to do the initial inspection, it wasn't on there.
Okay.
So, that may have been added on where it should have been with the original bill.
Okay. Does that help,
So-
David?
So we had to pay it.
We will, I'll have to go and find out. if
Yeah.
That's something that should have been with the grant.
Oh, okay, well, yeah. well,
So we
that's
might
the
be able
case,
to
then
be
we might be able to get reimbursed. for that,
Reimbursed
yeah.
for it, yeah.
Okay.
That was the
All right.
original spec.
Okay,
Thank you.
Kenneth will find out for you.
All right.
Why don't you share, the compliment that you got?
I will. First thing I want to say is, we hosted approximately 60 city managers, city administrators, and county administrators from Kentucky and Ohio last week. We had an opening reception at the museum in Old Pogue. I want to thank Robert for hosting that and his staff. And then we had a wonderful day on Thursday of seminars. Mayor, thank you for giving the opening remarks. I can't tell you how many compliments I received on our town and that building down there. Blown away. I mean, absolutely just blown away from the hospitality, the friendliness of our community. And I was just tickled. But the story I want to share is I had a phone call from a lady a couple days ago. She's a member of the Church of the Nativity down here at the corner of Third and Limestone. And she was asking me if they needed permission to cut a tree down on the property and to trim one up. I said, no, you don't, that's your all streets, you don't need any permission. But she wanted the tree trimmers to be able to park out on the street. I said, no problem either, just put a couple cones out there so we know. And before she ended the phone call, she told me, she said, Matt, my husband and I live part-time here in Maysville, and the other time of the year, we live in Campbellsville. And she said, I want to thank your street department for all that they do. She said, they are absolutely amazing when it comes to brush pickup, projects, cleaning things up. She said, I really wish Campbellsville had the same thing. So I want to thank Luke and his staff for all that they do, and that was, and I told her that I would pass that along to you all and to him. Thank you.
Any other?
And they do a good job.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Any other public announcements? Public comment?
I have a question.
Okay.
We've got the new rescue boat, right? So, is search and rescue gonna be trained on this boat as well as the fire
No,
department?
I think I asked, did I ask you that, or was it Kyle? I think I asked that.
You may have talked to either one of them.
I can't remember. Yeah.
The regional search team, yeah, they're separate from our capabilities.
They have their own boat as well. So it'll be our staff who will be taking out
So,
the boat.
question, what if we have a fire in the city and we got a rescue on the river at the same time? What happens then? You call people in, or what?
Yes, we go ahead,
I'll let
if we
Kenneth
ever
answer
have
that.
any significant event, we always go ahead and make a request for any off-duty personnel to come in. And we also maintain mutual aid agreements with other departments as well. So if we need to call in additional actual resources, we can make that happen too.
I would think you'd wanna train search and rescue on it too. That's my opinion.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think you should.
The specifics of that boat compared to some other boats, there's a lot of differences. One great example is actually utilizing the fire pump while trying to maintain the boat at the same time. Different disciplines that have to be worked on. Trying to go ahead and take, the search and rescue and putting them on a fire apparatus, there's things they're not gonna be familiar with. And also our hope is that an incident we have, so long as we have our staffing in-house and not dedicated to another incident, is to have that boat in the water ASAP.
Well, and don't you all work with rescue jointly on things when needed as well? The police department
We'll try to
and-
support each other one way or another. It could be situational dependent, but yes, we try to maintain that relationship.
Anything else, Sam?
No,
Okay.
You still on?
not now.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mike, go ahead. Yeah, Mike, go ahead.
Mike Moran from Germantown, but I know all of you all most of my life. So, I have a question. It's on the industrial solar in the city limits of Mason. is there industrial solar in the city limits of Maysville? I mean, that's a yes or no question. I've been asking yes or no questions here for a while. I spent about 2 hours this afternoon with about 8 East Kentucky Power people, and probably 4 more, 2 Alice State engineers, and a couple people didn't even speak English. And they're looking at putting in industrial solar here in the city limits of Maysville.
Well,
So I wanna know
No,
if it's yes or
there's-
no.
The answer is no, and George can expand on that.
I haven't heard that.
no,
There's been inquiries.
There's been inquiries, yes.
Well, they was there today, and like I said, I spent about 2 hours with them. You know the property.
I think so, yeah.
And, of course, I'm farming this property. Haven't done much of it this year due to the weather and some other reasons, but I have a long-term contract on the property. My son is in the process of buying the rest of the property that's in the county that connected this property. An out-of-state person come in and bought it out from underneath of them once the owner passed away. And they kept this 200 acres that's inside the city limits. Well, these developers from out of state have got it in their head that they can put industrial solar
no,
in the city limits.
no, they can't.
No, it has to be zoned industrial to do that.
No, we put size limits, we put a maximum size on what we can do
Yeah.
inside city limits. It's something like, I think 10 megawatts or 10 acres, I can't remember exactly.
Matt, if I'm not mistaken, I don't mean to interrupt, I think you had to adhere to the setbacks, which was for the planning commission.
Yes, we do, yeah.
You couldn't, if we had any solar downtown or any place, it had to go on the roofs. Cause you don't have a 200 setback for solar anywhere downtown in the front of your house or in the back.
Well, it's kinda getting a little aggravated with me and then the family. Of course, they're seeing big dollar signs like everybody else here in Mason County right now with all the other foolishness we got going on. But, me and my boys have been in the process of trying to buy this property for almost 5 years now. If the original owner was still alive, we'd have had problems doing what we wanted to do with the property. But, like I said, these out-of-state developers keep coming in here and
I'm sorry, Mike, did you say you own this property?
I'm leasing the property.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm leasing the property. I have a contract, signed contract. But, I just wanted to know, because if that is something they're eligible to do, then that's fine. There's no way I can afford to pay what these out-of-state or out-of-the-country developers are wanting to pay for property here. But,
Is this over by the bypass, is that?
Yes.
Yeah, so as I recall, I told them without amending the ordinance, they wouldn't be able to do it. Right.
well, I spent about 2 hours with them today. There was 8 Kentucky Power people, and like I said, another group of out-of-state engineers, and then a couple, a man and a woman that didn't even speak English, or wasn't speaking English around me. I guess they figured that maybe I didn't understand what they were saying, but
Mike, if the solar facilities are utilized to power the on-site facility, it is permitted. So in other words, if Mitsubishi had 5 acres behind them and they wanted to put up solar panels to power their facility, they could.
And that would just be their facility?
Correct.
Not-
Yes, ma'am.
not anybody
Not to
else's
go off
facility.
grid.
But for industrial solar being more than 10 acres, public hearings would be triggered, correct?
Yeah, you'd have to
There'd be a
change the
whole
ordinance like
Public
you said,
hearing
yeah.
process.
Yeah, we would have to amend the
Yeah.
ordinance to go to the planning commission first and then to you guys.
Yeah. Now, if a public utility came in and wanted to do something, they do it.
Yeah.
so if East Kentucky Power wants to take and put 200 acres of solar panels
No.
in the city limits, they
No.
can.
I think so.
They're a
That's what
public
you
utility.
said.
They're a
Oh,
public,
they're
they're a
utility,
public
okay.
utility, yes. they
I thought he
could.
was talking
Yeah,
about
no,
this
ma'am.
company.
So that is something that's possible, that East Kentucky Power can come in there and put 200 acres of solar panels inside the city limits of Maysville, and there ain't nothing anybody can do or say about
They're
it.
I
specific.
think they could put it anywhere they want.
And that would be a state statute,
Yeah,
correct?
that's 10324 that deals with public utilities, yeah.
I don't get
We
to
have
tell-
zero jurisdiction over that,
I
yeah.
don't get to tell them what to do.
It would all have to follow whatever, as Robert said, whatever state statutes. And that's the planning and zoning statute, I believe, that deals with public facilities, 10324.
Well, I guess that answers my question. I guess East Kentucky Park could go in there and put 200 acres of solar panels in the city limits, and there ain't nothing anybody can do about it.
Might be a big Toyota job producing Toyota plane.
It's
It
not.
might be the circus too. Did you, as a landowner, did you reach out to the landowner?
Yes, I'm the landowner. What I should have done, I should have called Patrick or Ryan and come out there and had all 12 of those people arrested for trespassing. Because I had a signed contract on that property
Did you own the land?
that I leased the land. I'm paying money for the land to use the land.
Okay.
That's how farming works. I know you're not a farmer,
I'm not even sure what you're talking about.
but it's in the city limits. That's why I'm here
Excuse
talking to
me.
these people.
But we have a lot of business yet to take care of.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Any other public comment? Motion, police surplus. Patrick?
Just a couple of things, wasn't it?
1980s siren box, and it's junk, but they had the control numbers on them, so we have to.
Okay.
Yeah, they're-
I'll make that motion for surplus.
Second.
That's a draft, this is new.
Oh. I guess I didn't get that.
What was it?
An updated agenda.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't
I don't
get
think I
this.
have it either.
Skip the flood murals.
Yeah, it's what we're, I don't have that either,
All
sorry.
right.
That's
We'll,
okay.
we'll come
That's
to
okay.
it.
We'll go
come to
back.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I
Thank
wasn't
you.
gonna let it.
Thank you.
No, you can skip
Keep
it
me,
because you're asking.
watch me and keep me straight.
I will, all right, here, I'll share this.
So,
We'll do that one
Oh.
first since we've got it. I think Robert's got a motion on that.
And David second.
David second, okay, thank you.
roll call, please.
Oh, okay.
Commissioner Boone?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer?
Yes.
Commissioner Cartwell?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes.
Mayor Cottrell?
Yes, ma'am. Flood wall murals.
You all have been given I provided you all a letter from Melanie Denham, as I told you guys, I think a month or so ago, that we had $10,000 that we could allocate towards the murals, but if they wanted more money, that I told them I would come to you all for approval. So that's why I requested a letter, so that you all could approve that, if you wanted to, approve that money.
Well, first of all, before
Uh-huh.
I say yes to anything, is it just 2 murals? You was gonna call Melanie?
Right now, it is. It's 2 murals. The third mural in line would be the tobacco mural at the end of Sutton Street, is my understanding. And I think you did some work, or you looked at them and with Mr. Dafford and
Basically, was his
with his opinion, okay.
Well, that one's bad.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
It's really bad.
But it was his opinion, those were the 2 worst. But she did tell me, she said that one is third in line.
Will
So
they
what,
cover
what are
that?
you saying?
I'm sorry.
Will
It's
they
third
cover
line.
this one?
I
Don't know.
I
They
don't
could
know.
possibly come back and ask for more money.
They
for the third
could,
one.
Vic, yeah, they could.
What was your question?
About the murals,
No, what?
oh, sorry, they could come back and ask for more money.
I said, does that include the third mural?
What this is?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
No, I don't think so.
No.
It would be additional money
Yeah.
for the third mural.
So I wanna know how much it is.
For the third one?
Mhm.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, then I think we should hold up till we get the
Well,
price.
this is 2 murals for $10,000,
Yeah,
correct?
well,
So
we gave the 10 first, Robert, and this
Okay.
is, they're asking for another 10.
for 2 more murals,
No,
for 1 more mural. So it's $10,000 per mural, roughly.
I would say that probably,
Your part.
our part, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not
there's additional
opposed.
money.
Additional fund, okay.
For starting on them for that price, and I'm not opposed to giving the $10,000.
Don't shoot the messenger, I'm just bringing that
You
to
let me
you.
finish, so I'm not
Okay.
opposed to giving the other 10,000.
Okay.
But I wanna add that one at Sutton
It needs,
Street.
yeah, it needs
It's
work.
bad.
It is. It's my favorite
It's
one.
absolutely, it's shameful.
And they'll probably start on some more murals next year, right? Because I don't know how much time they would have the remainder of this year.
And I know, if I recall, I believe I was told, and Caroline, you may have more information, that the Primary Plus was wanting a medical themed mural, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
possibly. And they would fund that.
Yeah.
And just for the general public's information, the flood wall maintenance is our responsibility. And the project that was up on the east end was, about 6 years ago, was $10 million that the Corps paid for because we maintain, as long as we maintain it. And part of what David does before they were fixed was do the repairs and put ceilings on the top to try to keep the water from coming
Right.
in. But it is concrete and it will continue to have to be maintained. And it is a very good draw for our tourism as well as protecting our city from the flooding.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
what are
and-
we doing here?
The request is $10,000 from the city. That is the request in the letter, so it's just
And
a,
that's for the two, but I wanna come back and get a price for this third mural.
I understand that.
Well, Matt, in the check register, we've already written a check for 10,000.
That's correct. Correct.
They need
To-
10,000 more.
They need 10,000 more.
Yeah, but
David.
it's to Buffalo Trace Housing?
That's who is administering the
It's the-
money for the payments for the
yeah.
murals.
Buffalo
Yes.
Trace is the administrative entity. I know that's in the letter that was submitted, that Buffalo Trace is administering the grant.
Correct. Because they are trying to raise more money, and so Buffalo Trace is the one who's holding the money for the murals, is my understanding.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I second that motion. I think we need to take care of the murals that have been entrusted to us, for sure.
But I still wanna come back and get a price on that.
I will relay that
mural.
to the,
So if it has to go on next month's
Project person.
agenda, then so be it.
I will relay that,
Roll
yes
call,
ma'am.
please.
Commissioner Boone,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer,
Yes, for the two murals to come back with a third price on the third one.
Commissioner Cartmel,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay,
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor Cottrell.
Yes, ma'am. Motion to approve FY 2025 audit.
We had an audit committee meeting, about a month ago, with Commissioner Cartmel, Mayor Cottrell, who are the members of that committee. This was for fiscal year '25, and just to give you a quick broad overview, at the end of that fiscal year, the general fund had $1.5 million in it. Utility fund had $600,000, and our contingency fund had approximately $15.5 million. There were no internal control deficiencies, and it was a fair, unmodified, clean opinion. It was a really good audit. And Commissioner or Mayor, I don't know if there's anything you want to add to that.
I just
No.
want to add that, for the public's information, that 15 million is pretty much all committed for capital projects, utilities and infrastructure. So I don't want the public to think we're just collecting money out there. It's already got to go someplace.
And lastly, I want to thank Melissa and her staff and all of the department heads, because they do a phenomenal job with
well
keeping an
done.
eye
Job well
on their
done.
budgets. Yeah, everybody does a great job with their budgets.
Okay.
So we just need a,
Melissa. Good
Good
job.
job.
we just need a
That
motion and a
girl.
second to approve.
I'll make, we have it or you need it?
No, you need it.
Approve.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll approve that.
Thank you.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Boone.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer,
Yes,
Commissioner Cartmel.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay,
Yes.
Mayor Cottrell.
Yes, ma'am. Discussion quarterly cleanups.
Luke, you want to give a quick update of how the cleanup went in July? Some of the changes we made and how all that went?
Yeah, so what we did this time, instead of just setting the dumpsters out and leaving them, we set the dumpsters in two locations, Public Works and then the lot across from Brownings we own. And we had two guys stationed there, they were pretty much watching all day long. Anybody that came in, they were, making sure they weren't throwing away things that shouldn't be in the dumpsters. So, I think it was 416 man-hours. The garbage was significantly less this time, just because of, I think, maybe putting it out a little better, and we only had two locations. They weren't sure where to go. But other than that, we're getting the city residents that are putting trash in there.
Did you have any tires?
No tires. We had a gentleman come and want to dispose of his tires, but, we said we can't take the tires.
Okay.
So,
I
so
have-
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you finish up.
Anything in the dumpster that the landfill is not gonna take, they're charging us for the tires, they're charging us,
Joe, that's what I was gonna ask. Was it $4 or $5? That sound right per tire out the landfill? I was gonna ask Judge that. Okay,
Well, you get so many for free.
right. But then after that, it's
Yeah.
It's $4 or $5 per tire.
Yeah, it's still cheap.
We have to pay for those.
Yeah.
So that would be in the dumpster, cans of paint, so when we crush it in the packer, there's paint that goes all over the ground, all over the blacktop, and it's pretty much everywhere.
I double bag that.
Things like that, we are wanting to keep out of there, which just did a good job of keeping that stuff out of there. We just didn't get as much.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out something to kind of get the best of both worlds with this and get together and figure out a better way to do it.
Well, that's what I was going to mention. I've gotten some community feedback about it, and it seems that we went from one extreme of having a few dumpsters out, kind of unmonitored, to another extreme of having them kind of behind a fence with staff there. And I heard at one point showing IDs. I think there's probably a middle ground.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know this was a new process, but I would suggest that before next quarterly cleanup, we have more of a middle ground and not the extremes.
Yeah, I think that would be great, because like you said, it's kind of one extreme to the other, so.
The concept was good. It's just that we still had all that debris in there from the storm.
Yeah.
So-
And that'll be gone here, do you think, before long, right?
But I get you, I understand.
Yeah.
So-
Luke, we had 5 or 6 tires up there by the restaurant, floating restaurant. And I was gonna pick them up. I couldn't get my tractor loader down in there. And I don't know how we,
On the bank.
yeah, they're piled up, but they're filled with mud.
We can get,
Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Luke, I got a few phone calls about the quarterly pickup as well, and especially about from people who didn't have trucks or a way to haul that. And so, thinking that through a little bit, would it be feasible maybe for us to maybe, and then another thing was we're always putting out when it's gonna be, and I get a lot of inquiries or Facebook, like, when's the cleanup gonna be? What if we set certain days at the beginning of the year, or just do it annually, and took those locations and maybe had some set times to kind of manage the cost of personnel, but then give each of those locations an opportunity, and vary the hours, because some people work at day and some people work at night. And that way you get to monitor what's brought, but you also kind of manage the overtime that it costs. So you're managing the cost, but you're still providing the service where people really need it. Would something like that maybe work?
I'd be open to it. We're really, right now, we're looking for options. The last one didn't go as great, as we anticipated it. So we're looking for options to better it for us and the citizens,
Will you all pick up mattresses if they call you?
No.
Okay.
If it's a situation where it's just been there and nobody's gotten it, yes.
Okay.
We will go get it. But would you say though, even, and I agree, yeah, we gotta find a middle ground here, but, I also believe that we shouldn't be subsidizing people across the river, people in other counties, no disrespect, Judge, people in our own county who aren't paying property taxes within the city to let them dump their stuff.
Right.
So I think you did probably cut a lot of that out.
Yeah, we did, just because we knew it was, coming to dump stuff.
Mhm.
Well, that's good.
Well, we'll think about it, come back to you guys with a proposal.
Yeah.
Thank
How's
you.
that?
We'll think on it. I asked the guys too, what their thoughts were, and, because they're the ones working, those dumpsters, so they're gonna think on it too, and see what ideas we come up with.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Luke.
Discussion, Charter Spectrum.
I know we have some folks here who would like to address the commission. I do want to say, before you guys do, Judge McNeil and I met with Justin Harris, Tim Newton, and Kendra Draper, as well as Ben Ucelis. We met with them on Monday down at the judge's office. And they do understand that, this is a big construction project. It's huge, it's countywide. And they understand that there have been some issues with some of the contractors, some of the subcontractors. And I know Dave and Norma and Keith, you guys want to address them, but I will say that moving forward, there is going to be an email specifically for Maysville and Mason County if there are problems. And I will get this information out. spectrum.maysville.construction@spectrum.com. We will be getting bi-weekly contractor status updates from Spectrum to know where they will be that week, so we can get that information out. We'll have some follow-up meetings as well. Judge, anything I left out that we discussed?
No, I mean, I think you hit on it. I think it is important to remember, sorry. I mean, it's important to remember this is a large construction and communications project for all of Mason. They have approximately 40 contractors within Mason County at any one time.
Thank you.
With a leadership team that's kind of wrangling those contractors. As they come into the core of the city, things get a lot tighter, if that makes sense. And so we explain to them that, we're all gotta do a little bit better job communicating back and forth, and addressing any citizens' concerns, but they again gave 100% confidence that they will address any issues that they have torn up, or caused. And I think this email, we initially asked for a phone number. What they brought up, like Judge, it's easier for us to get it to the right department if it's more in a compact fashion. It is an email that has the location, the name, the issue, or what the problem is, and contact to get back to it. And then lastly, we tested this process today and yesterday with Engineer Chief David Ward and myself with two systems that I think they responded in an hour and a half or so. Originally the plan was, I think it was a little erroneous. It was, hey, here's a phone number, all for Justin, who was fielding probably a whole bunch of calls. But I mean, let's not kid ourselves. This is a large construction project underway. Hopefully on the tail end of it, we'll have much better communication, fiber, broadband, and internet well into the future.
Thank you, Judge. Keith, I know you've got some stuff here. If you want to come up, or Dave, or Norma, whomever, please come forward. If you don't care, Keith, just state your name for the record. And then we do have some representatives here who may be able to answer some questions that you guys have.
Mayor, members of the commission, my name is Keith Clausen, I live at 305 Wadsworth Creek Drive. I'm here about the Spectrum installation work that's been taking place on our road. I hear the comments been made previously. Y'all have a pamphlet I prepared for you to show the damage. It's just on Wadsworth Drive. And I can't imagine what's going on everywhere else. Over the past couple of weeks, residents of Wadsworth Drive have experienced real problems with the contractors that are hired by Spectrum. First homeowners received no advance notice that this was going to happen. Crews would just start working in their yards. This is just simply disrespectful. Residents should be told what is going on, given a clear contact number, so we can question or raise concerns and work with them to come to a solution. I understand the agreement with the city and county entered into Spectrum gives them the right to cross our properties to install these lines. That right, however, does not include the right to leave our properties damaged. In my research, I found that no food statute requires these companies to restore private property to its original condition or close to it. That leaves us homeowners without leverage to force us to spend our own time, money fixing these problems that should never have occurred. So over 2 weeks ago, I sent an email to Matt with my concerns was forwarded on the Spectrum. As of 4 o'clock this afternoon, I finally heard back from him. So if you're all gonna set up this new email, it takes 3 weeks to do it good. I think that's not gonna work. You know, the city of Maysville committed roughly 1 million tax dollars for this broadband project. The city made the investments, the residents and property owners deserve the backing to make sure Spectrum and its contractors meet these reasonable standards of care to restore our properties to our satisfaction. Residents can spend a lot of money on their yards and should have been restored to the way they were found. Just on our street alone, 5 houses are sort of connected. Hit 1, geothermal piping. Another example, if they had talked to the owner, they know what it was. Struck my water line and caused extensive damage to my yard. Buckled another neighbor's driveway and hit limestone cable service line. These incidents should raise serious questions about some concerns moving into subdivisions here in Maysville that will also underground work. My final concern is the placement of these equipment boxes, like everybody's saying, under 2 foot by about this tall. Where it stands now, it's gonna go directly right in front of my yard, dead center of my house. I don't have much yard. It takes away from the way my house is gonna look. I suggested moving it over to existing bushes and shrubbery. When I talked to the contractor, he says that couldn't be done because it was too deep where the lines went. Both the electric company and Limestone Cable ran their utilities on the opposite side of the street. The boxes do not detract from the appearance of our homes because those companies show respect for the people who live there and not what was best for them. I ask this commission to step in on behalf of the residents of Waterloo Drive and also in the neighborhoods. Please require proper restoration of damaged property, insist on better notification, and a working contact process for homeowners that encourage thoughtful placement of the equipment boxes so they do not unnecessarily harm the appearance of our yards and our community. I thank you for your time and attention.
Keith, thank you, and I know these 3 individuals hear your concerns, and I feel very confident that they will address your concerns.
I just don't know why it's taking 3 weeks.
I feel very good. I don't know if Tim or Kendra or Justin, if there's anything you'd add, or.
I know it's a big project.
Yeah, sure.
But our property is.
I sure will.
Go ahead, Norma. Well, Norma, will you state your name for the record, please?
Norma Linville at 203 Wadsworth Drive, Maysville. The problem I have is, one of the things I'm fortunate about, I had geothermal in my yard. And I was fortunate they did not get it, although they went right through it. But when they did, they curved in my yard within 10 feet away from the edge. They literally came across the yard and then went across the drive, and now I have a buckle. And what I've shared with you all, we just took a hose and just sprayed a little water, and I now have water going to the garage rather than toward the street. I talked to Danny Allen about repairing this, and we do not have a firm budget, but he's going to repair it as soon as possible. But it may take a month or so for him to get to us. So he did say it would probably be around, it could be $700, $800, $900. We now have to bury, after we dig up that blacktop, we now have to bury that cable that was put in and sink it before we can blacktop the driveway. So I just want to make you aware, this, I want to make sure that we have a source of reimbursement, because we didn't ask for this, we were not notified. We did not get the little door notice that I read about in the paper. There was none on my door. I don't think there was one on Keith's, and one on Dave's. So we appreciate any help you can give us to make sure we are reimbursed for these troubles. Thank you all.
Thank you, Norma.
Hey, Matt. I received a complaint 2 weeks ago from people up on Forest Avenue. And I contacted David, and I just got a text message from her today. It said they're going to remove all the green boxes on our street. He was very nice. I guess that's you, Justin? He was very nice and didn't know that we hadn't been contacted about it before they did it.
Okay.
So they're going to remove the green boxes.
That's correct.
Okay.
Good.
Are we having any communication between Spectrum and the residents when they go up there?
We had that discussion on Monday. Yes.
And?
Well, let's.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
first.
Yeah.
Dave, will you state your name for the record, please?
Sure.
I think David got one of
I'm David Clark, live at 309 Wadsworth Drive in Maysville.
Thank you.
Without notice, C3, a Spectrum subcontractor, bored through up my yard, and in the process, drove a rock through my geothermal system. My yard is 19 feet by 23 feet. It has 3 holes, 150 feet deep, drilled through limestone. When the system was installed, 3 loops were put in these holes and they were backfilled with lime, which is a byproduct of the drilling. When the boring needed a place to go, the geothermal hole was the perfect soft place. Rock punctured my loop and burned up a pump. The result was $1,308.52 in damages. I furnished you with a copy of the bill presented to C3. A foreman asked me to give them the bill rather than complain to Spectrum. They told me that the owner, Cody, that I only got his first name, would not answer the phone, so I should text him. His message box was full when I called, so I texted him and sent a bill to him as requested. And I requested prompt payment. I've not heard from Cody. Today I received a call from Justin, who was with Spectrum in Lexington. When I tried to call him, he did not answer, and his box was full too. I just want to be paid.
I understand.
I'd like to say.
Go ahead.
Yep.
It's okay.
Seen it, Justin. You're good.
Don't have to make a reading thing out of your law. If we're causing you damages, I would like to, you know, reach out to me if at all possible. As far as the 3 weeks,
Come up so, and
Yeah, there you go.
As far as the 3 weeks, flying back, to, this phone call, I got a call from Mr. Wallingford, 3 weeks ago. And I said, I would personally go to Wadsworth and knock on every resident's door. I didn't know what extent of work had been completed at that point. And then I had to go on leave the week after. I didn't know what any last week. That's what took so long to get back everybody.
I think you're working on that
Yes,
now, is that,
now-
try to catch up?
I caught up today, and we set this email up, and I'm hoping we can set a phone number up that people can leave voicemail to, that will then get forwarded to this email that we all monitor.
For a major construction project, it sounds like more than one person should be a point of contact.
I think so too.
The benefit of the email that's set up is that it's a dedicated email specifically for the residents of Maysville, and it's more than just one person that can monitor it. So it would be the entire construction team and management.
Yeah, so I think this agreement happened before my time on commission, but is there a contract with the city?
It's a joint contract with the city and the county.
Does the contract state that Spectrum and any contractors or subcontractors are responsible for damages to personal property?
Yes.
We will
Yeah.
leave the properties.
Yeah, we are not.
Well, I'm not worried, I'm worried about the residents, I don't, not necessarily the,
No, we were gonna wait and let everybody.
so who is legally responsible for these damages?
Spectrum, at the end of the day, will assume all responsibility for any damages. What we do first is get our contractors to make payments. If there's issues there, we will do that and bill our contractors back. But you shouldn't pay anything out of pocket. If you were to get like an estimate for repair, you just send that to Spectrum and we'll take care of it.
Well, my question's gonna be, how long is it
Oh,
gonna
you're saying
take?
that you can give us, what you paid, a receipt or the
I
estimate.
have not paid yet, but I've got the bill, and he wants his money.
Yeah, understand. Yeah.
Yeah, I got your contact, and we'll talk, and I'll get the invoice, maybe we'll get it paid.
I would motion that our legal counsel issue a letter to Spectrum revisiting the contract terms and that you are responsible for these damages. I make that
Exactly.
motion.
I agree with that. Justin, what's your phone number in case somebody calls me?
It's,
I have his information. I can give it to you. I have all of Justin's information. I can give it to you later if you want me to, if he
Yeah,
doesn't have it all.
that'd be
Yeah,
fine.
I'll be glad to give
I'll
it to you.
get it later or
Yeah.
get it now.
Yeah, I don't have it off the top of my head.
Justin, you have it off the top of your head.
So the email address, like you said, is spectrum, .maysville.construction@spectrum.com.
Correct.
And there's a motion and a second for a letter.
well, Yes, sir.
I don't think we've addressed the root cause. The root cause is your contractors, not Spectrum. You all need to do a better job than contractors. I've talked to them, they don't want to.
Well, and we have a contract already, and they are being responsive. I don't really see the need to
Well, vote no on it
issue
then.
a
There's a
letter.
motion and a second on the table.
Well, and I'm discussing. Any other comment? Roll call. Oh, hold on, Mr. Clark.
When would we expect to get paid? I know that some of these big companies, I don't know about Spectrum, but, they like to put things on 90 days, and, you know, my contractor, or my HVAC guy does not, he doesn't like 90 days, and, told me so.
I'll get you a check tomorrow.
There you go.
Dave, do you have his number? I'll ask.
Justin has his number, cause I gave
Okay.
Justin David's number.
Matt, what was that email address again? Spectrum?
Yeah, and I'm gonna get this out.
Oh,
in the
okay,
morning.
okay,
It's
okay.
spectrum.maysville.construction@spectrum.com.
Just send it to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it all sent out tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a motion and a second.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's any other discussion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Boone?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer?
Yes.
Commissioner Cartmel?
Yes.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes.
Mayor Cottrell?
No.
But I would like that. I'd like to see their bills paid promptly, because I agree with Norma and Dave. Everybody that does his job wants their money.
Well, I agree, but if we don't do that, then we should be taken care of.
Hey Justin, so I'm instructed to get a letter out to, I guess, your legal team, or would Ben you Sellis be the appropriate person for me to? Yeah. Okay, I'll get something out
And
tomorrow.
I've got his contact information. Kelly, I'll give that to you.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yes, ma'am.
Discussion board window ordinance.
I've been approached by three of you at one time or another, Commissioner McKay, Commissioner Brammer, and Commissioner Boone, in regard to the boarded window ordinance. So we enacted this 7, 8, years ago. Does that sound right?
Oh, longer.
Nicole, maybe longer than that? Okay.
We talked about it a
Yeah.
lot.
Well,
Maybe it was,
14 years
okay.
since when I was on the.
When it was originally enacted, basically, for the Main Street District, if you had boarded windows, you had to either replace the boarded, the plywood put a window back, or shutters. Now, outside of the Main Street District, you could board up the windows, but you had to paint them, I think, colors similar to to complement the structure.
Paint the boards?
Paint the plywood, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. I know of a couple instances we've got up on the avenue where we have a couple areas that have had boarded windows for a while. So if you guys are looking at maybe changing something, I would just go with, make it uniform. Make it uniform throughout the city. You know, what applies to the Main Street District applies to, and we can amend the ordinance, we can bring that to you all to amend. You know, and you can, I can't remember what the original said, we gave them X amount of time to, you know, either put the shutters on or replace the windows when we originally did this.
So the options are shutters or glass?
That's what we originally
Okay.
did, Robert, yeah, that's what it was, and it worked great. It worked great in the Main Street District.
Yeah.
It worked really well.
I would like to just kind of address why that was a little different
Go ahead.
in some of our
Sure.
areas. I did have a couple particular properties that were vacant, and the windows were replaced numerous times.
The one at the corner of Wood and
There's
Forest.
been some kids breaking windows and breaking things out, and so that was why I just didn't feel I could justify asking them to keep putting glass into windows that were vandalized, basically. So that's why we ended up keeping that particular ordinance out of our areas. There's nothing wrong with having an empty structure, you know, and having it, we have break-ins. We have people that are going into these properties. Some of these doors are boarded up as well for security purposes. I just would like for you guys to take those types of situations into consideration as well for our residential areas. You know, I don't think it's appropriate for a bedroom window if it's an occupied structure, obviously. But just kind of these ones that.
Certain situations.
Certain situations, you know, that's why we couldn't really encompass it as a whole.
But would you say if they put shutters up, that should
Yeah.
take care of the constant broken glass issue?
And then it becomes a financial issue.
Could be.
So, you know, and then how do I enforce this with more fines? You know, I mean, we are in kind of a financial gap area,
Yeah.
so.
Has the facade program been expanded? I think, it seems like I remember the facade program being expanded.
Because I was going through it.
Okay, yeah.
So I personally feel like it did great things, it did wonderful things. I think that we need more attention in our east end, our west end, our downtowns, you know, outside of our historic district, not taking anything away from
Not
them.
my building.
But I love my people out here, and you know, they work here, they live here, they raise their children here. And I'm sorry, $2,500 is just not enough. I mean, I couldn't even buy paint for my house roof, let alone pay labor, you know, $1,500 for paint. I think we need to give them a more realistic amount to work with. I think it would also it would instill community. I think everybody's like, hey, you know what, we're sprucing up over here, maybe we can spruce up here. To actually see visual differences. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate everything that has been put into it. It has caused a lot of like energy efficiency, windows, you know, storm doors, things of those nature. But as far as structurally significantly making a change, I think a higher amount, I think maybe a bigger percentage that we could cover would benefit the areas down here. Because there is a financial gap. We have a lot of things put in place for rental properties, and I'm just the type of person, I don't care if you have $1, you got $100, but if you want me to hammer on this rental property, and we have an owner occupied structure that's on a fixed income and can't comply, you know, it kind of just, I'm not trying to make things hard on anybody.
Yeah. I think,
We all want to try to accomplish the same thing.
But if it's rental property, wouldn't that burden fall on the owner of the property, not the
I mean,
tenant?
it does, but what I'm saying is like, then he's like, well, you're expecting me to do this, this, and this, and live next door to me, and it puts them in a financial bind. And it's just not gonna happen, and I'm not in the market to make anybody homeless.
I think the facade program is a very good program. I do think it needs to be expanded throughout the entire city.
Yep.
And I would not be opposed to raising the cap on the facade program. But I think one of the weak spots of it, although it's a very good program, is the fact that it presupposes that people have the money to start the project and then get reimbursed. But if you don't have the funds, correct, to start the project, then you're not gonna be reimbursed because,
And I think it's something we should revisit. I think it is something that we do need to make, you know, a lot easier to apply for. I think,
Yeah.
I mean, another problem I fell into was, I think contractors were overcharging a lot of times for some of the work. But also, do you have to take into consideration prices of materials? Everything has gone up.
mhm.
You know, labor's gone up as well. So we just really kind of need to put it more into perspective of our times now. I was here when this program first started, and gosh, I think that was like 15 years ago or so.
Long time.
A lot of
20.
things have changed.
20.
Yeah, 20 or so, I've been here over 20 years. But I just think we might need to revisit, restructure it, but I would also like to get some more funds to go into it and start utilizing it more.
Yeah.
Why don't you and I come up with a plan, and we'll present something to them. That sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thanks, Nicole.
Discussion acquiring 39 and 41 East Fifth Street.
Back to you, girl.
These places, I just was like, have been joining my side for a very, very long time. I have finally got the owner on board, and she is wanting to give those to the city of Maysville. Currently, at this time, they are in terrible shape. We already have our equipment
They're not able to be saved?
Oh, no.
So if the city acquires them, it's acquiring a lot essentially?
Yes, and they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
So there is possibilities with creating one deed, resurveying, making whatever, selling them. But we are anticipating having a sale of some of our lots coming up soon.
Is it possible to try to sell the homes as is after the city acquires, just to see if an investor would be interested?
Let's just say she's been trying to do that for over a year and it's just not happening.
Is it just that it's in bad shape
It's
or
terrible.
really
I mean,
terrible shape?
We actually had to secure one. The other one is completely collapsing in the back. It's, I personally, in the location, in the area, in the condition of them, it's on the riverside. So they're kind of like built into a hillside in the foundation, and one is completely collapsing and they're all attached.
My personal thought would be that the city should acquire them, but I would like to evaluate to see if demo absolutely has to happen. But in the acquisition, I think the city should sell the property and then reinvest those proceeds into a fund that doesn't go into the general fund, but is a fund to help invest in other property in Maysville. Like, for example, Northern Kentucky has a catalytic fund, and this fund purchases a property and stabilizes it, and then sells it to someone who uses it for housing, and then they just rents and repeat, and it's changed like entire neighborhoods. So if these funds can be restricted from the sale of property, such as maybe some of the eminent domain properties, I mean, within 12 months, the city could probably have a few $100,000 earmarked for properties that would otherwise be demoed, to invest that money instead of demoing them into stabilizing them and then selling them to people who need housing or an investor. And then you just rinse and repeat. You sell that property, you put the money back into this earmarked fund.
Like a land bank, is that
Kind of like a land bank. Kind of like yeah. It's a fund especially for this. And you mentioned the facade program, and I said, well, you know, people have to have the money up front. Well, perhaps this fund could help with that, or maybe it could even help with down payment assistance. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be done with these funds that are separate from the general fund of the city to help people with housing and to help our houses not be torn down.
Yeah, and I get that, I understand what you're saying, and that would take complete restructure. I mean,
Mhm.
we would have to model this after some of that, we've kind of touched on this a little bit with land banks, and, you know, it's not really a whole big thing going on, especially with the city of the size that we have with
Yeah.
the projects that we have. But with that being said, if they are condemned at this time, and if my assessment of them being condemned is not suitable for you, who would you like for to assess it to determine whether or not it's salvageable or not?
I would just like some other opinions.
Well, I mean, do you have-
Like from investors, yeah. I have a network of people that I text when I see a property, and, you know, sometimes it's a go, sometimes it's not, but I would just like to have more eyes on it. And I think it starts with a simple fund where it's a restricted fund for this one purpose of helping property be saved and getting it into the hands of people that need it, rather than just tear it down and the cost of tearing it down, which is like literally a sunk cost.
Yeah, and Matt and I met this morning on this, or this afternoon, and,
Yeah, and I'll tell you, David, or Robert, same thing I told David. She only goes after properties that are most likely not worth saving. I mean, those are the only ones we condemn. No, I shouldn't say condemn. Those are the only ones she really tears down.
Well, let's just say the city
Yeah.
has just lots then. These houses are torn down, it's just lots. Well,
Yeah.
I think the city should sell the lots and then invest that money into a particular fund, not the
that's a good
general
idea.
fund,
Yeah,
but for the
That's
purpose.
probably, I would say that's more worth it than,
Exactly. That's
I,
what that's what I'm talking about. Since we have a fresh slate, we have utilities there, we have land there, and we do sell it, and we do auction it. Everybody has an opportunity to put a bid in to purchase one of
Mhm.
these lots. It is open to the public. Then they can start new construction, affordable housing. I mean, that's where we're going. When I go after something and it's to the point of demo, I know Luke sees a lot of the things that I tear down. I am not going after something that I feel like is worth something. That would fall under our eminent domain.
Mhm.
So If you would like to look at these structures after we acquire them, if you would like to have some of your contractor friends take a look at them, I'm more than happy to meet up there with them. But ultimately, I would like to do something soon because it is an eyesore, it is unsecure. We've had people going in and out.
Yeah.
So, and this has been a problem for years.
Well, I think the city should definitely accept the donation, and even if it's just lots, sell them and look at putting the money in a fund.
And
Yeah.
once we collect so many, we do have an option.
Mhm.
And we try to shoot for every 2 years, time depending where we are. This one's taken a little bit longer because we have slowly accumulated more along the way. I don't wanna hold on to 1 or 2 properties for 2 years.
Yeah.
You said you've got the Traco up there.
We
I think
have
that's
the
one of the things,
property
Robert, she was
Yeah.
looking at is, we've got the Traco up there already, looking
Mhm.
at it, gonna take down another property that,
We've got a success story though, going down on Dryden Lane, down in Plugtown. Tore down a house, guy bought the lot,
Yeah.
built, put a foundation
great.
in it,
that's great.
yeah,
That's what we want.
yeah.
Let's get them back on. Oh, go ahead, Kelly.
I don't know what the commission's gonna do, but like, are you looking, I can read a resolution accepting that if they vote to do it. I can go ahead and do that tonight, and I can have a deed ready for them
Yes,
tomorrow.
because there's back taxes, I'm gonna call in the morning, she's just waiting for this to get approved, and we're gonna get those resolved, and I would like to.
So you just need a motion
You
to
guys
accept?
okay with that, to go on?
Yes.
Okay, authorize Kelly to, okay.
Yes.
For the mayor to sign the deed, okay.
Is there-
Go
is there-
ahead.
Is there a motion?
Oh, wait, yeah, is there a motion first? I'm sorry.
So moved.
Oh, you wanted to read it first? Okay,
That's
sorry.
that's normally how I do it. A resolution authorizing acceptance of 39 and 41 East Fifth Street, Maysville, Kentucky. Be it resolved by the city of Maysville that the mayor is hereby authorized and directed to execute the deed and consideration statement accepting 39 and 41 East Fifth Street, Maysville, Kentucky.
Yeah, so
There
moved.
you go.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Boone?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Cartmel?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes.
Mayor Cottrell?
Yes, ma'am. Resolution authorizing the purchase of 1419 East Second Street, 26-38.
Resolution authorizing purchase of 1419 East Second Street, Maysville, Mason County, Kentucky. Be it resolved by the city of Maysville, Kentucky, that the mayor is hereby authorized and directed to execute any and all documents, including a deed necessary for the purchase of property located at 1419 East Second Street, Maysville, Kentucky, 41056, for a price of $350,000 and for the closing of this transaction.
Thank you. Do I entertain a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
Second for discussion.
Okay.
Can you go ahead and elaborate, or for the record, what this building is going to be used for, Matt?
Yes, sir. So this is the, this would be the, after tomorrow, the former Superior Windings Building, which was also previously housed our Public Works years ago. It is down on the east end, far end of East Second Street. And what we would like to do is repurpose the building for our transit department, as well as store a new boat that Chief has gotten. If we get another boat, Chief Boggs, we could store that down there as well. And possibly a presence of the police department down in that building. Did I leave anything out?
Did you?
Maybe state police, okay, and maybe, and a training facility,
What was that last part?
training facility.
No, prior to that.
State police.
Prior to that.
Police
The
department.
rescue
Police
boat.
department.
Police department, yeah, possibly,
Really?
yeah.
He's referring to the force that.
Yes, I got it. The next time.
Bus is being put in there?
Huh?
Didn't we say something about the bus is being put in
I just wanted clarification.
I got you.
I mean, I
Thank
got
you.
people asking me too.
there? Are we ready for roll call?
I think so.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Boone?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer?
Yes.
Commissioner Cartmel?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes.
Mayor Cottrell?
Yes, ma'am.
It's bullshit.
Resolution authorizing lease agreement for 1220 Forest Avenue, 26-43.
Resolution authorizing lease for 1220 Forest Avenue, Maysville, Kentucky. Be it resolved by the city of Maysville, Kentucky, that the mayor is hereby authorized and directed to execute a lease with DMCGL Inc. for 1220 Forest Avenue, Maysville, Kentucky, for $750 per month for 5 months.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Boone?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer?
Yes.
Commissioner Cartmel?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, sorry, Patrick.
Mayor Cottrell?
Yes, ma'am. Resolution authorizing for the JAG Burn Grant 26-44.
Resolution authorizing application for 2026 Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistant Grant, JAG program. Be it resolved by the City of Maysville, Kentucky, that the mayor is hereby authorized and directed to execute the 2026 Byrne Memorial JAG program application and any and all other necessary documents to receive said grant proceeds.
So moved.
Second discussion. Can you provide a little bit more
It's
input?
for new computers and workstations for the people.
Okay.
Will they be up there on the avenue?
For 5 months if we get it.
Is that Judge Advocate General?
No.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Boone?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Cartmel?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor Cottrell?
Yes, ma'am. Resolution authorizing the annual contract with Officer Jeff Horde, 26-45.
Resolution authorizing rehiring of retired police officer. Be it resolved by the City of Maysville, Kentucky, that the mayor is hereby authorized and directed to execute the contract for rehire with retired Officer Jeffrey Horde for full-time for a period of 1 year, effective on September 1, 2026 through August 31, 2027.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Boone?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Cartmel?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes.
Mayor Cottrell?
Yes, ma'am. Resolution authorizing the acquisition of rotary property, 26-46.
Resolution authorizing the acceptance of parcel number 1, Rotary Park. Be it resolved by the City of Maysville, Kentucky, that the mayor is hereby authorized and directed to execute a consideration statement on a deed from the Rotary Club of Maysville, Kentucky to the City of Maysville, conveying parcel 1 of Rotary Park for no monetary consideration.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Boone?
Abstain because I'm a Rotarian.
Commissioner Brammer?
Yes.
Commissioner Cartmel?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes.
Mayor Cottrell?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
a Rotarian.
Resolution 529 West 2nd Street, 26-47.
Resolution authorizing the acceptance of 529 West Second Street, Maysville, Kentucky. Be it resolved by the City of Maysville, Kentucky, that the mayor is hereby authorized and directed to execute a consideration statement on a deed to the City of Maysville conveying 529 West Second Street for no monetary consideration.
So moved.
Second discussion. Is this, what about this property?
It's eminent domain.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Okay.
We were able to secure it for zero, for
What's the
no cost.
condition of the property?
The inside is, I don't know if anybody's been in it. Have you been in it? Yeah, you have, haven't you?
I'm not like through it.
Yeah,
You know.
I think it's pretty good, and I know we're,
The foundation and the structure itself is very solid,
Yeah.
it's very straight. The roof, it needs some DLC.
but
Good.
it will sell well.
Good.
We'll have a lot of people interested in it.
The plumbing and electric's been removed from it.
It's not on the
Straight.
agenda either.
We won't have
Yeah.
any trouble selling it.
I know.
I'd like for us to look at sealed bids with the eminent domain properties instead of public auction when that comes up. Because I would like to see some financials, and a proposal, rather than just, whoever has a check for $15,000 or whatever. Because I think we risk being in the same position that we're in now. But if someone has like a bank phone number that we can call about financing or, a financial statement, especially with the commercial properties down the road.
Stipulation.
Yeah,
We've already talked
I
about
think that we should really look at
Yeah,
that.
this one's residential property.
I know it
Yeah.
is, yeah, but still, I mean, we don't wanna do an eminent domain
So
situation.
if we were to go that route, we take the best bid, in this case. So you would want all of that information from anybody who would be bidding on the property?
I mean, I'm just speaking for me, I don't know, but what I would want is, some demonstration of financial wherewithal to do with the property what the property deserves to be done to it. So, I mean, if somebody just buys it, but they can't do anything with it, then we're in the same position we are now.
Well, and that's where we had talked about, Nicole and I had talked about, you know, some kind of, we had to get with Kelly on that, some kind of restriction that,
We don't wanna get back in the same.
yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Exactly.
No,
That's
we've
exact-
already touched on that, definitely.
I
But
just want pretty
also-
strict guardrails.
Yeah.
But also, I think then you're really, when you're asking for proposals like that in detail, a person who lives next door or down the street who's trying, you're kind of knocking them out. And I think we should be extremely careful with being open and transparent about all of that, and that we should be very careful and not limit it to just people who have the funds for development, but those who want to actually buy a home and repair it and live there.
I never said anything about investors buying the property. I think that, you know, my concern is that we'll get in the exact same position, because I've seen people buy property at auction before, time and time again, and they don't do anything with it, and then in 2 years, the property doesn't have 2 years left before it falls down. And I'm not trying to restrict anyone. I mean, I'm trying to say that you need to do something with the property if you buy it.
And that's
Well,
what
and-
we had talked about, Robert, was putting a stipulation on that sale that if you don't perform X, Y, and Z in X amount of time, or give us a plan, then, I don't know, could we,
We have the permitting process as well.
yeah, would we be able to take it back if they don't do certain things?
Yeah, you can put reversion clauses in.
Well, that's it, okay.
Okay.
And that's what we
Yeah.
need
Well,
to
maybe
do.
that's better than a sealed bid process. I mean,
Then we would just go through the auction process when she does like the empty lots and stuff, but we could add that.
I mean, I want to be
particularly.
fair and
Yeah.
open and transparent. No one ever said anything about that. I just want for someone to, because there's people out there just in the business of collecting property and just letting it sit there.
Yeah.
You know, some of these eminent
There
domain
are.
properties are owned by the same person, like 3 or 4 properties.
There are.
They bought it at auction. It's
Yep.
been sitting there for 15 years with nothing done to it.
Yep.
Well, Matt, we talked about this several
Yeah.
years ago.
Uh-huh.
Fayette County has that program where when Lexington sells that, whoever purchases that has to sign an agreement
That's what we could do,
to
yeah.
fix it
that's-
up and maintain it for a minimum of
Yes,
5 years.
yeah, we can do that,
Then we can
absolutely.
sell it.
That's what he's talking about, the reversion clause too, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can do all that. And I think that's something we should do even on our vacant lots, is if you
Exactly.
don't maintain them, because we've had that problem before, if you don't maintain them, they come back to us and we'll sell them to somebody
Yes,
who
because
will.
then we wind up mowing them
Exactly,
every week,
exactly. And we shouldn't be doing that.
every year.
Are we ready for
Yes, we are.
Yes.
a vote? Roll call,
Commissioner
please.
Boone,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Carbone,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay,
Yes.
Mayor Cottrell.
Yes, ma'am. Ordinance setting ad valorem tax rate, second reading 26-09.
Ordinance adopting the assessment of the Mason County Property Valuation Administrator for real and personal property and setting ad valorem tax levies and levying franchise tax on financial institutions, whereas the 2027 ad valorem tax rate on motor vehicles is fixed by KRS 132-487 sub 2 at the rate which could have been levied on 1 January 1983 assessments, and whereas the Board of Commissioners hereby forgoes any other ad valorem tax increases for 2027, which would result from raising the tax rate as authorized by KRS 132.027, whereas KRS 136.575 authorizes a franchise tax on financial institutions measured by deposits in the institution located within the city at a rate up to 0.025% of the deposits due by 31 January 2027. Now therefore be it ordained by the city of Maysville as follows. 1, that the assessment of real and personal property made by the Mason County Property Valuation Administrator, reviewed by the Mason County Board of Assessment Appeals, equalized and certified by the Kentucky Revenue Cabinet, and certified by the Mason County Clerk to the City Treasurer, as set out below, is hereby accepted and adopted as the assessment of taxable property in the city of Maysville for tax year 2026. Is that right? Okay. Which assessment shall be subject to taxation at the rates to be fixed by ordinance. Real property, $601,549,660 tangible personal property, $77,353,352. Inventories, $48,885,602. Number two, that ad valorem taxes shall be levied on all real property for 2026 as shown by the aforesaid assessment, and shall be levied on all real property commencing with the tax year 2026 and thereafter for residents of the city of Maysville, and the tax rate for the tax year is set and established at $0.144 per $0.144 per $100 of valuation pursuant to KRS 92.280 and 132.07. 3, that there is levied a franchise tax at the above rate on financial institutions equal to 0.025% of deposits in such institutions located within and taxable by the city, to be billed by the city clerk by 1 December 2026, and due with 2% discount if paid by 31 December 2026, or without discount if paid by 31 January 2027, pursuant to KRS 136-575. Number 4, that the tax rate for motor vehicles is set and established at $0.2460 per $100 of assessed value taxable in the city in 2026, pursuant to KRS 132.487. 5, that the purpose of said taxes is fixed, set, established, and levied for general revenues, and all monies are to be paid to the city of Maysville, same to be paid into the general revenue fund of the said city of Maysville.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yes, ma'am.
So moved. Second.
Second, third, fourth,
Okay.
whoever,
David and Victor.
okay.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Boone?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Cartwell?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes.
Mayor Cottrell?
Yes, ma'am. Motion?
Oh, no, I have one more issue, Matt, if I may.
Yes, what you got?
What we talked about today, I'm concerned about insurance.
Uh-huh.
And I know that you have changed our insurance policies on employees.
Yeah.
And insurance has gotten so high, and I did a little research on it. And I don't think that we should be in the business of paying elected officials insurance. I mean, it's just a personal thing, but
That's an address
I don't take
for
it.
the five of you all.
I don't take your insurance.
Yeah, I don't think any of us take it.
I don't either,
but,
but you can change, you can do what
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to.
yeah, but I
I'm
mean,
here.
look, if you're gonna pay somebody $20,000 to be a commissioner here, why pay another $20,000 on top of that?
Again, David, that's up to the five of you, and we'll do whatever you all direct us to do.
Okay.
You making a motion?
I think the bottom line is that we're not full-time, and we should be treated the same as any other city employee that is not full-time, that doesn't get insurance.
Yeah,
Yes, you have.
okay. So I think we're pretty much in
Sounds
agreement.
like we're all on the same page.
And
Maybe.
how would that, I know we've talked about this before, how would that?
I can get information out, but what you have to realize, even though if you don't have insurance with us, you will not be able to keep your HRA with us. I mean, you will lose that benefit, you'll lose life insurance, dental, vision, all of that will be lost, just an FYI. So,
Well, why don't we take some,
Well, they should, because no part-time talks about it anyway.
why don't we take it and come back with some information?
We'll do that at the September meeting, is that okay?
Yeah.
Dave, is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I make my.
Be glad to.
Hey, Kyle.
I know that.
I need a second.
Yeah, she made a motion to adjourn.
I know, but I need a second.
Second.
David seconded.
Roll call, please.
Just tell them to make up.
Commissioner Boone?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Brammer? Commissioner Cartwell? Commissioner McKay?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Mayor Cottrell?
Make me more.
Yeah.